Hello, everyone, and welcome to, of course, the LIS Conference 2020, like Tega Onodefe, the fantastic founder, has already mentioned. My name is Chibuogwu and Evelyn, and I've got with me the double queen, and I'm talking, she's smiling already, of course. Evelyn Akhator, she plays for Nigeria's the Tigers, the Nigeria women's basketball team, and also Flam Carolo in France. She's done amazingly well so far in her career, but you know, going to be sharing her experience with us right here today. How are you doing, Evelyn?
Hi, I'm good. How you doing? And
Um,
thanks for having me on the show.
okay. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to read out some of your achievements. So, the moment you left from First Bank, going over to Chipola College, and up until now, where you play for Flam Carolo, you've done so well. And just fill out some of those achievements, and I'll get back to you on the questions. Now, for Chipola College, you were NJCAA Women's Basketball Player of the Year. This is after you left the team to the national championship in 2015. Amazing. And also, you were the third overall pick in the 2017 WNBA draft for Dallas Wings. Prior to that pick in the University of Kentucky women's basketball team. And yeah, you made your debut for the Nigeria women's national team in 2017. That was at the FIBA Afrobasket, and there you got into the team top five, the tournament top five, and later that year, that was in 2017, you won the Ball Person of the Year at the Nigeria Sports Awards. Now to 2018, you were a top performer for the Tigers at the FIBA Women's World Cup. I mean, this was a quarterfinal place for Nigeria, a historic feat. You got more doubles than any other player in the tournament. And of course, later that year, you won a double at the Nigeria Sports Awards as well. Now, to move on to 2019, you got another title, an Afrobasketball title in your second after 2017. This time in Senegal, despite the crowd and everything that was posed by the host, you guys made it through fantastic. And you also made the tournament top five. Amazing thing you're doing. This year, you have qualified. You led the team to qualify for Tokyo 2020, even if it has been postponed to 2021, but you are still going to be playing and your first time. Amazing stuff for you. And you currently play for Flam Carolo. And interestingly, you joined the team in November 2019. And you have won 2 Euro Cup Women Top Performer accolades. That was in January and February. And not just that, you were named. I don't even know how you did it. You were named in the team's top 5 of the decade. Like, seriously, from 2019, top 5 of the decade. This is amazing, Evelyn. But here's the thing now. These are the glories, the things we see. Not too many people know the story behind it, the backstory, the challenges you've had to face, and getting to this point in your career. So could you share that with us? Let's start with that. Your journey so far and the challenges you face.
Well, it really hasn't been easy, Like when I first started playing basketball, like it was a struggle for me, hustle and bustle, not having like the full resources and like the full support, like growing up. But again, I'm thankful that I am here and at right now. Thankful for my siblings. Thanks for my mom. May I so rest in peace. For supporting me, and it was really a struggle. It was a struggle because like me coming from a background that doesn't really have much, and like, and then how African parents are. You have to go to school, forget about every other thing. Make sure you go to school. That, I mean, they do mean well, but now I'm glad that the system is growing into like supporting your kids in school, playing, doing sport, and also schooling. I think the system is growing into that. It's not where it needs to be at, but it is growing. But then it was a struggle. Either you pick a sport or excuse me, or go to school. And yeah, I just used my stubbornness and the help of my siblings, to really get to where I'm at right now.
Fantastic. So we'll get into the details, of course, because I mean you're here to inspire a lot of people who are watching and a lot of younger athletes as well. And you turned 25 in February. Of course, you're still young yourself. Anyways, let's look at this. This year began well for you, like I already mentioned. As a Euro Cup, you're doing fantastically well, and you got to the qualifiers for Tokyo 2020. Boom, you got the ticket. All of a sudden, COVID-19 just setting, and things had to be cancelled. The French league was cancelled, and you guys will be resuming in September and things like that. How have you coped in this period, and how have you tried to keep yourself sane mentally? Apart from the fitness, how have you been able to do all that?
Well, the thing is, I think I've actually been how I grew up is like taking adversity and making use of it in your benefit, right? And I always know one thing, like always, like my agent, my coaches, they always tell me something. You can only control what you can control. Nobody knew this pandemic. Maybe like be it like most people knew or not. Like nobody in worldwide. Like I think 98% of people doesn't know that this pandemic was gonna hit this hard. You know. So like it has happened. We can't change that. We can only control what we can control. It is frustrating sometimes, in the sense that like not playing basketball for a long time, not doing what you normally do, and then getting used to a new normal. Like it is really frustrating, but like you just need to make use of what you can and stay positive. Sometimes I do get frustrated, sometimes like I'm in Nigeria, you know how it is in Nigeria. They don't really have a lot of indoor basketball court, and now it's rainy. So if the day it rains, you don't play basketball. So it's frustrating, and also you can't even play pickup. You can't because of the no contact thing. So all you got to do is just do your one-on-one thing, and that's it. So it's a little bit frustrating for me, but I just need to adjust and control what I can control, which is keeping myself sane and trying to stay active as much as I can.
In the period, there were talks about pay cuts, people losing their jobs and all of that. Personally, it flung parallel with your team, anything at all that affected you. Did it affect you with regards to finance?
Well, I'm happy for in France, like a lot of countries, they cut their paycheck. They either cut it or stop paying them the money, but for in France, the way it is the government protects us. The government really protects us, right? And I think, for the first 2 months, they paid 100% salary. But I think they were considering, okay, you know what? The government is going to pay like 86% of the salary. And then it's left for the club to decide if they want to pay the remainder 14% or not. But my coach, him being a nice man, said he's going to give us the full 100%. Because I was still thinking, are they going to or not? Because that was what he told my agent, and I'm thankful that he was keeping, like he kept to his promises, like he said he would. So I'm happy for that.
Okay, so would you say you've gotten any positives from this period? Now the world is opening up, of course, to, we're getting back to action, football behind closed doors, basketball will, all of these things are coming back to normal. But would you say you've picked any positives, or has there been any lessons? Has there been any extra skills? Anything that you could look back to the lockdown and say, this is what I achieved in this period?
Yeah, for one, I'm not going to lie to you, right? I was a little bit scared. Because I thought the world has ended. It's 2020. I kept hearing a lot of things. This period, before 2020, that the world is going to end 2020, even though we don't even know what's going on. And but when this pandemic was going on, even though I prayed and stuff. And but just the way it was, like now there's a new outbreak in America now. So things are really going crazy there. Like people are it's crazy in America. But so now I'm like, as the world ended, people died, you know, unexpectedly, like the COVID deaths, and like it really hit. And I'm like, okay, does that mean those people? Nah, I kind of got scared. But again, you know, this period has actually taught me to appreciate the little things, no matter how small it is. Just appreciate it, appreciate life, you know. But again, the most important thing is just be close to God, you know, everything you do. That has really taught me so much.
Okay, some societal issues arose. These are some things that are already ingrained in society long before now. But these
Yeah.
things come up, and we get to see athletes speaking up against racism, against social, especially in this period. So, can you tell us, for racism especially, you've played in the USA when you got drafted with the Dallas Wings. You've also played some with some other teams. You played in Russia, played in France, in Spain, of course, and you played in Turkey as well with Besiktas. So, could you tell us your experience in these countries, and also what is your opinion with regards to sexual abuse? Because I believe that your voice is also important with regards to some of these societal issues we're facing.
Well, for me, right, before I left Nigeria, I never knew what racism was. I mean, I know the word race, but the word racism, it wasn't like, I mean, I don't want to, like, the reason why I never knew what it was because, in Nigeria, like, everybody, they curse people anyhow, like, they use the N word, So it wasn't a big deal, until I left and then went to the States, and then I'm like, even when a white person used the N word, I don't really see it as a big deal, right? Because again, we all are humans, but until like I see African Americans, like I see African Americans getting so pissed when a white person uses the racial words and all different racial words, and I'm like, oh, is that a big deal? I mean, where I'm from, people do it. It's like a normal thing, but I don't understand. So, and then I started getting used to like understanding the system and how everything works there, and then people like they don't really. The thing is, you don't really need to use the N word or before someone is named as being racist, and. But the thing for me is when I went to Russia, they told me that, in Russia, they are pretty racist, they are pretty racist. So I was like, you know what, it's fine. I mean, it's just the N word, But the only thing is the hate involved is what really hits. I always say, like, when I went to Russia, me walking alone, like where I went to, there wasn't a lot of blacks, me walking alone, coming from the grocery store, and then I saw like group of people using the N word on me. At first, I didn't really perceive it as anything until I saw like the body language, the hate.
Okay.
And it really broke me so bad that was the first time. And mind you, I've like people made some racial passes. I won't know until like that particular moment, and I was like, you know what? Anything happened at that particular moment, I just had to just look for the way out, just increase my speed of walking, and I mean, if I was just thinking like, wow, something could have happened at that particular time because I was the one walking alone on that road. And what if I get hit or what if I get hurt? Like, who's going to protect me? Or who's going to save me from that period? So a lot was just going through my head at that moment. It is really bad because now, like, the world has turned into like, I mean, it's not just in America. It's not just like the white people. Even in Nigeria, we have this hate in us, right? The religious hate, tribalism, like we have a lot of hate against like our own people, which is really bad, and it's even worse than this racism. Like it's crazy because then I'm like, wow, God really needs to heal this world because only Him can really change our mentality, change our mindset and the way we think, and it's really bad. It's so crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Most definitely. We really hope, like you mentioned, that God heals the world from all of it and all that discrimination. So let's talk about your NGO. Of course, it's a very important part of you at the moment. You launched the Benny Foundation in May, and this is in honor of your late mom, who died in 2013. It's an incident that broke your heart, and could you tell us about this NGO? Tell us about the motivation behind it and what the vision is for Benny Foundation.
Well, for one, it's actually called Benny Hay Foundation.
Benny Hay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Akhator. That's the name of your mother. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, Benedicta Akhator. Well, the foundation is comprises of 3 different categories, right? The first one is which is I would say the charity, the community service, and the basketball camps. So the charity itself is mainly something that I've actually had in mind to do growing up. Like using my power, using what I have to just keep people off the street. Just be able to help in ways I can help because it's just I have that sympathy when I see people off the street homeless, and it really, really broke me. And also, I'm from Edo State, and if you mention anybody, like if I mention, okay, I'm from Edo State, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, these ladies going out of Nigeria to go into prostitution, right? So that's something that comes to mind. So it's like educating people and making people well known that sex trafficking is really bad, and just educating the minds of women, and like making it known about this sex trafficking thing. That's for the charity. And then for the community service, I got inspired when my mom passed away, and there are a lot of road accidents going on in Nigeria. For one, and one of the things is, our roads are so bad, like that's really something that contributes to like the accidents. And then the trucks on the way just parked in a very narrow road, like it's contributes. So like just doing community service and make sure we can, again, I always say we can control what we can control. It's the government or federal government, or I don't know. If we keep waiting for them to just keep fixing the roads, and it's not going to happen, and they always say change begins with you. So if we create that change by our own self, by like partnering with some construction companies, or going in the extra mile, like signing, I don't know what they call it here, just making sure the roads are clean, cleaning the roads, cleaning the marketplaces, just making sure like things are clean, things are better. That's the reason behind the community service, just doing like what needs to be done. I've actually left the country. I've been to several countries. You get fined if you throw trash on the road. You cannot throw trash on the road because, again, there are a lot of trash cans. So if you put trash on the road, you might see someone just like you inside your car, you throw trash on the road. Somebody might just pick it up and put it inside your car. Throw it back into your car. Or if a police officer sees you, you might get a ticket or get fined for it. So that's like another thing. And then the basketball camp of it.
The Benny Foundation, which is owned by one of our own, Evelyn Akhator, he felt at this crucial point in time, it's another way to mingle, to come together with the young ones during this COVID-19.
As a basketball player, you always make sure your own is well fed and well taken care of. And I'm glad to come out here to give out to the ball players, how to protect themselves from this COVID-19. Social distancing, try to make sure you put on your face mask and making sure you wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. And it's really good to equip them while they're young.
I'm here to support the Benny Foundation in the little way that I can. Evelyn is someone I've known for a while. I just thought I should be of help in one way or the other, so that's why I'm here to support her in her support for people during this whole period.
She's one of our senior players, and she feels like during this pandemic period, she has to give out and reach out to our younger ones.
Thankful for my friends who came out to support me and my coach, who is the assistant coach of the national team, and I'm so happy. I'm thankful to God for the opportunity, for giving me the life to keep doing what I'm doing, and you guys are really going to see more of me. The Benny Foundation is here to stay.
Being a role model to a lot of kids, is coming here has actually touched a lot of people.
We have nothing to say more than thank you. God bless you.
Of course, you guys have seen the good things that Evelyn Akhator is doing. With the Benny Foundation, which she launched in August. And of course, this LIS conference is a means to actually inspire people to do more in every area of their life in spite of COVID-19. And I'm so glad that Tega was able to achieve this in spite of the situation we had prior to this time. Tega. It's really amazing what we've done. Look at how we've seen Funke Oshonaike, we've also seen Barbara Banda, we've seen Evelyn Akhator. These three have already booked their place for the Olympics, and in spite of COVID-19, they are oozing of positivity. Amazing stuff you are achieving with the LIS Conference 2020, and we really are grateful for the opportunity to be inspired in spite of the crisis we are facing.